All right, moving forward. Now let's talk about the elephant. They're big. Got it. It's there you are. Louis C.K. That's a bummer. Are we good? No, I mean I don't know what it's awful. It's disgusting. It's sad, especially because a part of me, I feel like in the last like maybe year, has like not been listing him as one of my favorite comics because I had heard some things. And I'm not a fan of hearing things. No, like I love to listen. But I'm not a fan, just like gossip. That's not a good word to abbreviate. But I just had this feeling, that like it might, and I don't really get feelings. I don't catch them. I don't have them. No, but, so that was just extra sad because I was like, man, let this just be wrong. Like, let him just come out and say it's wrong. Or like, let's find the pudding because I want proof. And then once I'm like, oh, see, that's not true, then I can just go back to being like, he's one of the best comics. I love him. He's so funny. But in fact, inside the pudding was a bunch of masturbation. That's why pudding has that texture. All of Louis C.K.'s fucking jizz. That's what pudding is. Children. Oh, God. Also, like, because he was one of my favorites because he was one of the best comedians around now. Or was. I mean, he is. Sort of. Here's the thing. It's not that doing something like that over and over just, like, makes your jokes not good or valuable anymore. The problem I have with Louis is that a lot of the jokes were like very personal, or not personal. They were like about that kind of thing. But I thought they were jokes. Do you know what I mean? But like now I'm learning that they were just sort of like a creepy, like just creepy real shit that we all laughed at. Because like the idea of anyone actually acting the way he described in his joke seemed so fucking ridiculous. Like laughable. Do you know what I mean? Meanwhile, he was a creep and you just doing creepy sad shit. Like begging to masturbate and like no one wanted it and he still did it. And he knew he was creepy. And he knew we were laughing at him thinking that he was making jokes while he knew that he was telling real shit. Just like reading pages from his sad, sad diary and like making money off our misguided laughter, which in my eyes is another assault. Oh my God. But it is. Because I laughed because I was like, I get that the Colonel Bernie Sanders. I knew that the Colonel, or like the nougat, or like the core, the pit, whatever you willst, of the joke was probably coming from like a real place, But then as he would expand on it, I was like, that's where your comedic genius comes in and you're taking it in all these directions, telling stories, painting pictures, making the mundane, sad Colonel into a hilarious, ridiculous, unbelievable, but somehow relatable joke. And now it's just, like, I'm not your therapist. Like, I'm paying you to tell me your real life? Ew. Yeah, I guess that is a joke, but not in the way you were thinking. Or not in the way I was thinking. I was thinking just every few minutes we got a punchline. That's a joke. Meanwhile, the joke was a big, big, big joke on all of us. He's like, I'm going to make millions doing therapy and you're going to laugh the whole time. Oh, I don't like those little cramped offices. Do you have, I don't know, Madison Square Garden? I'll do it there. And he does sort of look like that, the little disheveled, little fucking dirty. Little did we know, it was because he just busted a nut in front of someone that never wanted that. Also, like, he has kids. And when I say that, it doesn't mean anything about the moment in which he whipped out his meat roll. Oh, God. It doesn't change anything about that moment, because some people are like, why does it matter that he has kids? Like, it's still not excusable. Like, no. Like, the moment when he took out his dick in shame and made himself ejaculate in front of people that literally wanted no part of it, that's all the same. It's just, I'm not going to ignore the fact that he has 2 kids. I think 2, right? And I think they're girls. So on top of that, like, these girls now have to live in a world where, like, creepy men that jizz into, like, fucking potted plants or, like, on their own stomach in shame are, like, is also who they call dad. And, like, I don't know what is less funny. How do you fucking... Like, I get if you're, like, a single person. Like, do that when you don't have a family. When you haven't made more people. Because then you can live in the shame, and you can be sad, and you can be embarrassed, and you can be dumb, and you can be hated, and you can be ridiculed, and you can be tweeted about, and you can be photoshopped, and yada, yada. But when you make life, like they're your nut. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're just, like, casually nutting all over yourself all the time in front of fucking strangers, that women that were once children, and you made children with said nut. And it's just like, something's not right. I don't know where I'm trying to... What I'm saying is, it doesn't change what he did or what that means. It just, to me, is extra sad, or maybe would be like an extra reminder to maybe not fucking throw your dick around. I don't know. Like, you suck, but you made kids, and I feel like there is 100% a part of him that knows that they are better people than he is. That you wouldn't, like, force yourself to not. Also, can't you just find someone? Or can you pay someone to watch you masturbate? I don't know how that works or what's legal, but I feel like if you don't even need to bone, like, if you just need a person to watch you jerk off and not even enjoy it, there has to be a better way. Like, there has to be a way that doesn't hit the press. Like, that's fine. That's okay. I don't know. Or, like, put on the TV and freeze it on a freeze frame of someone looking very upset. And then just fucking go at it. Like, what about having an actual person in your presence who doesn't want to see your dick gives you a boner? How do you keep it up when everyone hates what you have in your hand? Or is that like the self-loathing? Like, oh, I hate me and they hate me, and men is the worst thing that can happen to women, and my dick is the worst thing that could happen to me. Oh. Well, we're going to end there because I don't think I ever meant to do an impression of Lucy K busting a nut.